If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
Sunday morning. Finally, some good news from Albany for the real estate industry. With us today is Senator George Borrello, and he's the state senator in Western New York. Can I say the county right? Chautauqua.
Yes, you're getting better at it,
I'm
John.
getting better. Senator Borrello, give us an update. What the hell happened in Albany that makes things better?
Well, I've been on your show in the past talking about this devastating natural gas ban, the all-electric buildings mandate that we were staring down the barrel of for January 1st. And I've been predicting that Governor Hochul would come up with some way to delay it because she's seeing the political fallout of this all around her, the economic devastation. And here we are. There was a lawsuit filed by members of the building trades that challenged this in federal court as not legal for the state to actually ban natural gas and natural gas appliances. And Governor Hochul and the lawyers voluntarily agreed to suspend that January 1st deadline for the all-electric building mandate, which is key. But while this is a victory and we will celebrate it, it's also, I think, just a political ruse. They're going to try to sandbag this in the courts to get her past the 2026 election. Her and other vulnerable Democrats that will see the fallout of the economic devastation of this mandate and are trying to avoid it, at least until after the election. That's why myself and my Republican colleagues have called on the governor to have a special session to officially repeal this all-electric building mandate.
Well, what they were trying to do, who is pushing electricity in our state and our country? There's got to be some lobbying group or somebody paying the money.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, the radical environmental groups that have been pushing this from the beginning, the people on the far left, the climate cult that are saying that we have to do this in order to save the planet, they've been pushing this. And in fact, they have been suing, they have threatened to sue to try to remove any of the mandates and deadlines that were set in place. And they actually won in court. And that's why this is important. In a different lawsuit, the court said to the state government, sorry, you can't just arbitrarily move these deadlines that were put in place by the Democrats and Governor Hochul in the legislation that they passed, like the CLCPA. So now they have a real decision to make. Instead of just trying to, this continued bait and switch and pushing things off, they are going to have to actually come back and make real changes because the courts are forcing them to do that or to implement these incredibly devastating laws that are going to have such a huge negative impact on an economy here in New York that's already suffering greatly.
I agree with you. Well, what else is going on in Albany? Any other good news?
Well, I think we're starting to see already the impact of Mamdani's election. The governor right now is trying to maneuver herself to push back on this tax the rich thing that Mamdani is talking about. She's already saying like the free buses that he's been pushing, which is one of the foundations of his campaign, is just not feasible, not practical. So she's pushing back on that. But we will see. At the end of the day, the governor endorsed Mamdani. She owns all of his bad ideas. And she did so because she fears herself of being challenged from the left. So this is going to be a real tug of war come January 1st. And New Yorkers have to realize that they have alternatives now. They have a choice, particularly in this governor's race with Elise Stefanik entering the fold, so we can have some balance and common sense restored in Albany. That will be the key to pushing back on some of the most radical, most devastating parts of Mamdani's agenda.
Understood. Well, Senator George Borrello, thank you so much for coming on this Sunday morning, and let's keep up and keep filling us in with information because it's very useful, and thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you as well.
If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy.
Download and subscribe
at BeBullish.com.
What I bought? A new Blink Mini 2K Plus smart security camera. What I got? 2K clarity sharp enough to see every detail of home when I'm away. Plus audio like I'm in the room, not with my bestie traveling to another city. Plus easy plug-in setup to install faster than skipping through podcast ads. But you'd never skip ads, right? Plus, I got all of this for just $49.99. Blink Mini 2K Plus. Mini camera, max performance. Shop now at Amazon.com/Blink.